All right, happy Monday. Tomorrow is election day. Remember, you'll be virtual all day tomorrow. So make sure you're checking in your Google Classrooms, getting everything taken care of. This reference sheet, I know it's on the board. It is in materials. If you go in your Google Classroom, you can look this up under materials. I'm assuming you guys didn't take it home, but if you do, you can find it there. We'll be working on distribute, combine like terms. There will be no extra variable. As you can see, there's no variable on this side. And then add, subtract, multiply, divide is what we've been doing. We did this 2 days in a row already. We will continue to do it as well tomorrow. So watch the videos, go over them, take the notes, pause the video, take notes, pause the video. So you're not trying to, you can keep up with everything. So let's look at the first one. The first one is distribute. So distribute, combine like terms, get rid of the extra variable, add, subtract, multiply, divide. So here we go. We're going to split this up. We are going to go ahead and distribute. That's this part here. This is the part that has the parentheses in it. So negative 2 times 1. We don't look at that one. That doesn't belong to it. Negative 2 times 1, that's negative 2. Then we cover that up, and we have negative 2 times negative 8, which is positive 16, or we'll say it's a plus, and they have an a together. We put the a on it. We bring down the 3, the equals, and the negative 95. Minus 95, whatever. The next is combine like terms. Like terms are those that have the same variable or no variable, which is the variable to the 0 power. So we know that negative 2 and 3 are the same because they do not have a variable. So negative 2 plus 3 ends up being just 1. We'll bring down everything that's not circled or boxed up or whatever we do. So that will come down, this will come down, and that. We have a new problem. There is no extra variable, so we skip that step. We will go ahead and get rid of what's added or subtracted. Two ways. I like this, that the 16 is attached, so I know that that's the last thing that I'm going to deal with. So I know it's plus 1. That's the easiest way to do it. If not, you can cover things up. This is 16 times a. You cover that up, that's a plus 1. So since we're plus 1, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. Our opposite operations are gone. We're left with just 16a on this side. And negative 95 minus 1 is negative 96. And our last and final is to go ahead and divide. So we divide by the number in front of the variable, the exact number in front of the variable. Our 16s, our opposite, our times 16 and divided by 16 are opposite operations, they're gone. We're left with just the a. And then our negative 96 divided by 16 is negative 6. And that's that one. Let's go on to number 2. Hopefully I have enough room here. I forgot not to put them on the same one. All right, so we're going to look at the part here that's the distribution part. That's here. Note that I took the negative with the 5. That's important. It belongs with it. So we're going to multiply that negative 5 times everything on the inside. So negative 5 times 1, get rid of both of those. Negative 5 times 1, which is negative 5. And then we cover that up and we have negative 5 times negative 6, which is 30. And together they have an R. So we put an R on it. Equals, we'll put our line. Comes down, the 147 comes down, and that 8R comes down. We don't need to throw anything in there because that 5 has a negative on it. We can use that anyway. All right. So our next, we distribute, we combine. Distribute and combine. You do it every time. All right. So we're going to add these two together because they both have an R. That's what makes them, no, I did it in different color. That's what makes them alike because they have an R, the same type of R. An R squared would not be the same as an R. This one doesn't have a variable, therefore it's an R0. We don't worry about it. So 8 and 30 is 38. R, remember we don't add the R's together when we add. We just use the R. We add the coefficients, that's it. Bring down that minus 5, equals, and the 147. There is no extra variable. We skip that middle step. We go to what's added or subtracted. I always look. This is the easiest way. Look at that. 38 is attached to that R. I cover that up. That's the last thing I'm going to do. This says minus 5, so I'm going to add 5. Cover up the number that is exactly next to the R. Cover up that whole thing. Cover up the R and the numbers that are attached to it, and you can clearly see what you have to add and subtract. Our opposite operations are gone. That 38R comes down. And 147 plus 5 is 152. And we divide by 8, 38. Should be what, 4? Our 38s are gone. Our 152 divided by 38 equals 4. That's what it should be. Because the only way to 8 to get to 2 is multiplying it by 4. So there you go, there's your answer. And what does that mean? It means if I plug the 4 back in here, I'm going to have the same amount on this side as I do on that side. Look at our last one. We're only doing 3 since these are longer. I don't want the videos to get too long. So here's the last one. Once again, distribute, combine like terms, get rid of the lowest extra variable, abstract, get rid of what's added subtract to the variable, get rid of what's added or multiplied divided the variable. That's that whole thing here. You have this reference sheet, follow it, say these. Can I distribute? Well, yes, you can. So if you can distribute, that's this part right here. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute means to multiply. And note when I did that, I put that little asterisk thing up there. That means multiplication. Notice when I combine like terms, I put plus because you're adding. All right. So 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. 6 times 7 is 42, and they have an A together. But I must put a sign in here or an operation. So since 42 is positive, I'll just make it plus. I'm going to go ahead and bring down that negative 3. It equals to 224, and we might as well separate the problem. We want to know what's the difference between the right and left side, so you want to make sure you do that. The next part is to combine like terms. Combine like terms. Well, no variable, no variable, variable. Well, guess what? The no variables are the same because they don't have a variable. Negative 3 minus 36, or negative 3 plus negative 36, either way is negative 39. Bring down the 42a, that equals the 224, and we created a new problem. No extra variable, we skipped that middle step. We're not going to deal with that for a couple of days. Here, look, there's that 42. It is attached to the a, so I'm going to cover all that up. And look what I have. I have minus 39. That's what I'm dealing with. Because the 42 is attached. I cover it up. It's the last thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to deal with that minus 39, which is going to be plus 39. Bring down that 42a, 224 plus 39, 316,263. Yes? Chris, did you check it? Should be 263. Because that's a 9, not a 4. There we go. All right. And of course, when we get to that last step, it's divide. We should have gotten rid of all fractions by that time, hopefully. If you don't, you have to multiply by its reciprocal, and that's okay. Still do that. And 263 divided by 42, 6. All right, there you go. There you have it. Watch these videos as many times as you want to. Take the notes. Watch it again so that you understand. Distribute. Combine like terms. There is no extra variable. We skipped that step. Get rid of what's added or subtracted. Get rid of what's multiplied or divided. So here we went ahead and added 39. Here we went divided by 42. Now, once you get past the simplification process, the distribute and combine like terms, which only occur per side, you distribute over here. You look and see if there's any distribute over here. No, there isn't. You do it here. Combine like terms here. Now I look over here. There's nothing to combine. You can't combine across. That's the simplification. Once you get here, then it's what I do on one side, I do on the other. Okay? All right. If you have any questions, I will not be on today at 1:50. Get a hold of me earlier, and we can set up a time. So I'm leaving half day today. So otherwise, I'll be in contact with you tomorrow. Have a good Monday.